All right, people. I'm back home from the United game. As you know, United nil, Newcastle 2. I've said what I had to say. I've calmed down a little bit, you know, but the match reaction is out there. If you haven't watched it, please go and do so. But I'm here to talk about Joshua I was going to say the name in Dutch. Zirkzee, however you want to say it. Either way, I'm here to talk about Zirkzee. Nothing excuses the poor performance that he had today or tonight. I think we all agree that he has not played well in the half an hour that he played. But nothing ever warrants fans booing their own players. Nothing ever warrants the fans cheering the fact that a player's coming off. And I'm saying this about Zirkzee. I'm saying this about Maguire. Remember when it happened to Maguire? And I'm saying this about anybody that ever got booed as a player. Not just at Old Trafford by their own fans, but any player. Because just put yourself in the shoes of the player. Excuse me. Would you be able to handle getting booed by 80,000 players? 80,000 fans, 70,000 fans, 60,000, 50,000. Some people can't even handle simple boos from 10 people when they do stand-up comedy. Would you be able to cope with the fact that you enter work here, excuse me, you enter your workplace and you got 50 man looking at you and saying, we don't like you. Or you got 50 man saying to your face, you're crap, you're dead at your job. You can't even write a proper email. Would you be able to cope with that? I don't think anybody would be able to cope with that, especially the people that I was standing next to. And I have to say it how it is. The people that I was standing next to at Old Trafford. I was sat in the East Stand, E37, E238. And I had a few angry old men next to me. Let me just say it like that. I think I had one young guy to my right, and I had another young guy to my left. But the rest around me, like in front of me, I had a few guys with their partners, wives, girlfriends, and I had a few older men behind me and above them as well. So they were saying a bunch of stuff, and some of the stuff that they said I can't reveal on here because my video will get flagged. But when Zirkzee was, his touches were off and all of that stuff, and I was frustrated as well. I was like, come on, Zirk, man, you can do better than that, man, come on. But when his number got shown by the fourth official and the people around me started cheering, I froze for a moment. Yeah. And again, listen, I'm separating the two things. He had a bad performance. Yes. Cool. Let's put that to the side. And, with that, you can say he didn't play in this position. It's not a position he's used to playing in. He played in a 10 for Holland, yes, but it was against, was it Bosnia or something like that? It's different playing the number 10. It's different playing for Holland in the number 10 against Bosnia and playing in one of the two 10s, left 10 against Newcastle United in the Premier League for Manchester United, which is a dysfunctional team to begin with. But let's put that to the side. Let's talk about the other stuff. When the people around me and the older men around me started cheering and clapping, and I was hearing the cheers first, it's after the people stopped cheering that I heard the boos. Because I think the boos came from like other sides and different parts of the stadium. I froze for a moment, man, and I was like, rah, is this really happening? They're really cheering man off. And the last time I witnessed that was, actually no, Maguire wasn't the last time I witnessed that. Sorry, the last time I witnessed that was Paul Pogba. when he got subbed off in one of his last games for United, and the people booed him off, and I think he did something like this or he did something like that. I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but it was something along those lines. Nothing ever warrants you booing your own players, man. I just personally I wouldn't be able to do that because I know I've played, and again I'm not trying to pretend like I had the most illustrious career in football. No, but God was gracious enough to me to, make me have a little taste of professional football. And I'll tell you one thing, bro, this confidence thing is real, especially in instances like that when your own fans are booing you off. When they're booing you off, bro, that's a hard thing, man. That's a hard thing to take. And I read somewhere on Twitter that, some, what was it, beIN Sports correspondent was saying that as Zirkzee was putting on his jacket and going down the tunnel, apparently he was in tears. And I don't blame the guy, man. He's 23 years of age, and I know people say, oh, he's a man. Bro, moments like that will break any human being. Forget a man, forget a woman. Bro, you will break down and cry, bro. You'll break down and cry because this is most likely, well, I believe this is probably his last game ever for United. I think he's going to go to the board, to the manager and say, yo, transfer request. I need to go. I need to go because I'm sure he's never experienced this in his whole career. Never. Never. Bro, the man played in Italy, the place where a lot of racist incidents happen. I bet he's never experienced something like this before in his career. Never. So to be booing your own player like that and cheering when he's getting subbed off is wild. And I do have an issue with Man United fans, and in some way, not United fans, all of them, but a part of them, especially the ones that were around me. Excuse me, guys. Still under the weather. A large part of the United fan base deserve this. They deserve these results. They deserve this poor run of form. They deserve to watch these performances week in, week out at Old Trafford, or not week in, week out, but you get my point. They deserve this because for too many years, United fans or a large part of United fans have continuously been picking and choosing who they want to champion and who they want to slaughter. And it's a common theme. It's been a common theme. Zirkzee, well, forget Zirkzee. Pogba, Fred, Martial, Lukaku, Sancho. The list goes on and on and on. And now Zirkzee. There's a common denominator here. But then look at the people who they champion. Garnacho, Højlund. Don't get me wrong, where I was standing in the stadium, they were giving it, bro. The stuff they were saying about Højlund, again, I can't repeat on here because, but still, that's a small minority. But still, I'm not hearing anything about Højlund. So look at the people who they champion. Garnacho, Højlund, Bruno Fernandes. Who else? Ahmad, rightfully so. But look at the people that they champion. Daniel James. Remember when Daniel James was at the club? Yeah, but he tries and he runs and he... Do you see what I mean? Look at the people who they champion. Certain people online, look at the people who they champion. It's either because they have done an interview with Setman or they want to do an interview with Setman. They don't want to damage the relationships with Setman. So they champion who they want to champion and they slaughter who they want to slaughter. And I think it's an absolute disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. And part of me, people keep talking about relegation and stuff. I talk about relegation and I said that if this is what is required for Man United to really reboot, so be it. I will do the year in the Championship. I'll do that. I'll travel to the Blackpools and the Blackburns and the Sheffield Wednesdays and the Plymouths, the Norwiches, and I will do that. I will do that because I love this club. So I'll do that. I'll do match reaction. I'll do a match reaction to a Man United against Plymouth Argyle. I'll do that. I'll do a Man United match reaction against flipping um, uh, a Preston North End. I would do that. But a lot of these fans deserve what's happening to this club because for years and years and years they champion the wrong players and they slaughter the wrong players. And yeah, I just feel like I had to do this video because I think it's an absolute disgrace. The kid is probably, bless him, I keep saying kid, but hopefully he's got his family here in the country so that he doesn't have to go back home and be by himself because Lord knows what's going through his mind and Lord knows what a human being in that mind state can do. You know, I don't want to be talking about the most severe conditions or the most severe things that could happen, but I just hope that somebody is with him, you know? I hope that somebody's with him. And Ruben Amorim, I'm backing him 100% still, but choices have to be made and choices have to be made wisely. Don't play players in position where you know they're not going to be able to execute the instructions that you give them, knowing that they're not made to follow those instructions. Like, don't ask Lisandro Martinez to go and mark Joe Linton. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So play players in different positions. Yes, you've said it because you want them to think about the team, but don't ask them to do stuff that they're not capable of doing. And that goes for Zirkzee. Don't ask him to play in the left 10 knowing that he can't play there. And equally, you have now set a precedent. If you're going to be taken off Zirkzee after 30 minutes because his performance has been that poor in your opinion, you've now set a precedent. This now can happen again. If a Bruno Fernandes has a stinker for 30 minutes, you can take him off after half an hour. If Erasmus Højlund, who had an absolute horrible performance yet again today, I've seen him at the start of the second half. The ball was launched forward by Onana, I think. This brother had a touch with his left foot, his stronger foot. This brother had a touch with his left foot, his stronger foot, and the ball went out of play. If you can set a precedent to take off a Joshua Zirkzee after half an hour, you can do that with Rasmus Højlund after 25. You can do that with Bruno after 45. You can do that with anyone who's having a stinker. So, yeah, I feel for Zirkzee today, man. You know, even though his performance was poor, I have to say it again. I feel for the guy, man. I really feel for him. And I hope somehow, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. But I hope somehow he recovers from this. Somehow. Because apparently business in January is going to be tough now. So that means players are going to stay. Not many people are going to move. There's not going to be much movement. So Zirkzee is probably going to stay. And, you know, bless him. He came out. He didn't go back into the dressing room. He went inside to do what? I can't tell you. I don't know. But he came back out and he sat on the bench. So obviously he looked a bit pissed, but that's normal. Hopefully he can recover from this, man. I really, really hope so. But yeah, people, if you made it till the end of this video, go in the comment section and type in embarrassment. Actually, no. Go in the comment section and type in championship. Because I think I'm slowly preparing my mind for that. Because it could actually happen. Anyway, people, like, share, comment, subscribe. You know what to do, to support this channel. It's road to 13. Damn, this cold. It's road to 15K, rather. And we are closing in on 13.5. That's what I was meant to say. 14.5, sorry. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe, like, share, all of that stuff. And, yeah, I'm going to have some ginger tea or whatever because this cold is killing me, bruv. United, I wish I stayed at home. I really wish I didn't go to that game because that was an absolute embarrassment. But, yeah, it is what it is. Road to 40 points is still on. 40 points is the goal for the season. But, yeah, listen, I'm out, man. Peace.